Blue Monday, 5 sad and very good books to get you down properly. Yesterday was Blue Monday, so if it's time to get sad, let's do it big, with harsh stories and classic novels of heartbreaking pain. 1. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This is a novel by the American author Harper Lee. It was published in 1960 and instantly successful in the United States. To Kill a Mockingbird takes place in the fictional town of Macomb, Alabama, during the Great Depression. The protagonist is Jean Louise Finch, an intelligent though unconventional girl, living with her brother and her family. Despite the family's modest means, the children enjoy a happy childhood, but something happens. 2. Atonement by Ian McEwan. Perhaps it is McEwan's masterpiece, a book that contains another book and within it many stories, all perfectly fitted together, without cracks, like the gear of a well-oiled clock. The action takes place in 1935 in a mansion in the English countryside. McEwan, with his exquisite prose and the naturalness of his dialogues, builds a novel that starts from a misunderstanding of what seems to be and is not, changing the life of the characters forever. 3. The Notebook by Agatha Christoph. It is the first book of the trilogy, Claus and Lucas. Christoph tells the story of two twin brothers, Claus and Lucas, forced to live under the custody of their grandmother, a brutal, dirty and malicious woman. We are in an unidentified town during a war, and the brothers learn to survive through cunning and cruelty in a hostile world that does not focus on sides, but on the pain and harshness of war. 4. The Color Purple by Anne Walker. The story begins when Celie, a young black woman of 14, becomes pregnant. The novel, written in an epistolary format, is a harsh yet beautiful story about the abuse of women and the African American community in the United States in the first half of the 20th century. It is a book about friendship, about integrity, about the power that comes from knowing that you are doing the right thing, about the strength that comes from togetherness and from not falling into discouragement. The Color Purple received the Pulitzer Prize for Literature the year after its publication in 1983 and adapted to film by Steven Spielberg, 2 years later. 5. P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern. Holly and Jerry are a married couple who live in Dublin. They are deeply in love though they fight occasionally. One winter, Jerry dies of a brain tumor, and Holly realizes how much he meant to her as well as how insignificant their arguments and differences were. Now widowed at a young age, she struggles to get her life back together, but one day her mother finds a letter addressed to Holly.